Okay, this is me talking to my friends in middle school. Hey dude, my mom just bought some pizza rolls, so get over here! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and of course, ridiculousness. And we're talking about one of the greatest video game franchises, maybe, brought to the big screen, rebooted in the latest 2021 Mortal Kombat. MMA fighter Cole Young has a higher calling as he teams up with Earth's greatest champions to take on the enemies from Outworld in a high-stakes battle for the universe. So is this Mortal Kombat movie a flawless victory for the franchise? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you thought of Mortal Kombat. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your stances on the 1995 version? I want to know in the comments down below. Throw it down there. Now, let's get into some of the good. So starting out, Mortal Kombat, the trailer got me hooked. And from the trailer, it looked pretty brutal. I think it was a red band trailer. We're seeing people get chopped up. We're seeing fights and everything. And that is what the best part of this movie is. I would say the action, or kind of getting in those skirmishes between our characters that feel like the updated games of Mortal Kombat, 10 and 11, I believe it is, where it's very much brutal. They're doing brutalities, they're doing fatalities, they're doing X-ray visions. That's the one thing we did not get in this movie, of seeing someone just, essentially get their testicles punched, and then it zoom in and shows the X-ray vision of that. I think that the action was one of the standouts for myself in this movie, especially when they went, it was very faithful. Certain bits of it were faithful to kind of combos and fatalities from certain characters from the video game brought straight into the movie. There was one or two moments where my jaw was, I'm like, oh god, they did it. They took that character and they did that move with it. If you're looking for big old dumb action and whatnot, this movie is in no short supply. I wish that there was more, obviously, but I'll get into that later. But I think the characters, not the portrayal, but the design, the character designs very much, again, feel reminiscent of the newer games brought to the big screen, and I really enjoyed it. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, obviously, Jax, and especially Cabal. I think Cabal's helmet and hook blades that he had, and kind of the powers that he was using, was something that I was just like, oh my god, that is a cool character design with the red eyes and the kind of breathing apparatus and whatnot. So I thought that the character design of a majority of the characters were really good. Again, going to that source material of not the older games, but the newer ones, and translating it to the big screen. So I like that for sure. But the one character that just absolutely was the standout, was the shining light in this movie, was Kano. I believe portrayed by Josh Lawson. This guy knew the role. He knew what his assignment was in this movie, as bringing this kind of Aussie, sarcastic, dickish attitude and whatnot to this character. And I don't know if he was just having a great time or they wrote his character so damn well, but he was the best part, bringing comedic, relief and whatnot, bringing kind of a sense of oh god, this is a video game movie. This is ridiculous. This is big, dumb, action, fun. This guy has a blade that is on the brim of his hat. This is ridiculous. And this Kano character, Josh Lawson, like I said, was the shining light in this Mortal Kombat reboot. However, now getting into the rest of Mortal Kombat, oh man, the story. I gotta say, the story was one of the biggest bugaboos, one of the worst parts of this movie, because in my mind, Mortal Kombat, it is a combat tournament. That's what the game is. That's what this movie needs to be. We're getting characters from here. We're getting bad characters from here. Boom, they explode and they fight in a tournament. We don't get to the tournament. There is no tournament, people. I'm sorry to maybe spoil that for you, but this movie does not feature the Mortal Kombat tournament at all. Instead, it's this, story of bringing in this character that is supposed to be the audience point of view of Cole Young, and I think they tried to do the best they could of bringing this outside party into this world and then show them the ropes of Mortal Kombat and of these powers and this world. But I think that it was just a huge misstep, because I think by this time, people know what Mortal Kombat is. You say that word, you say that phrase, casual fans, casual people are going to understand, oh, it's kind of like ninja type people, these weird creatures and whatnot, using powers and fighting one another. That's what the story is. And again, maybe there's a story that you can get out of that lore, but I think what they did here was just a very bland, boring, not really catering too much into that lore. And when there was lore drops of like Outworld and Earthrealm and Netherrealm and whatnot, it was very much kind of said as a character dropping exposition on the Cole character or the audience when we're watching this movie. So I think that the story and the way that they kind of like tried to craft this world was a huge misstep. Now, from the characters or the portrayal or the acting, I don't know if it's this one or the dialogue and the script. Both of them are rough. And again, I don't know if one of them complemented the other or one of them detracted from the other or whatnot, but when the characters are really, going back and forth and whatnot, it just feels like there is no emotion from the writing, from the dialogue between these. It's very quick, like, sentence here, sentence there, you go, I go, and it just felt, again, I want to see these characters just kicking ass, and the in-between parts of the story and the characters interacting with one another, explaining what's going on, explaining how they're feeling, it was rough to say the least. I mean, this was not a flawless victory, this was just a fatality, if I will. So you can't really make an hour and a half, 2-hour movie where characters are not likable, but they're just turning in these kind of performances that aren't landing for myself. Again, it is just a kind of boring story with characters that don't have much depth that you don't care about. I mean, Kano being the one exception almost, and a little bit of Scorpion's character as well. But I think rounding it out for the, cons for myself is the CGI. Again, it's not a big thing, there's dings here or there, but it took me, not out of it, because I'm seeing this, like, lizard dude chop up this other dude with a guy, again, with a brim that has a blade around it. Like, it is ridiculous. But some of the CGI did feel a little clunky here or there. I mean, some of it looked good. Honestly, Jax's arms, I liked them. I thought they looked good, and a few other things really stood out to me. But again, it just hits on that lower bar for myself. Overall, Mortal Kombat, I was hoping for a flawless victory, but this one might be closer to a fatality. With it again having this gross, over-the-top, newer action from the later games, Kano being the standout, and some character designs that I really appreciated, but with the story, dialogue, characters, acting, none of this being appealing to add on top of that great lore and the name Mortal Kombat. The one thing I even forgot, they didn't even have the 90s theme song. They had a rebooted club mix that they didn't even play till the very end. Give me that music in this movie. Give me that original theme song. I guess if I were to say to go see this or watch it at home or do anything, I'm kind of right on the line of you should check it out or you should skip out on this one. I mean, I had a fun time, but there are a lot of kind of negatives here. In closing, I'm going to give Mortal Kombat 2.5 out of 5. Get over here! So what did you all think of Mortal Kombat? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you love the 90s one a lot more than this one? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, brand new content every single week here on the JBuck Studios channel. More reviews and videos coming this week. Follow my TikTok. I'm doing some great stuff, fun stuff over there. Follow my social media down there. Like this video. Subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel. Yes, you. Click that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you later.